Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
What is up? What is up? What is up? We missing one. There he is. There's John. I tell you what, I get away from the reins for just a little bit, and you guys totally screw up this whole Evie Mux thing. I come in and there's like layers of you guys on top of stuff, and I'm like, what the heck are they doing here? So that one I have to fix. So let me see. Yeah, I'll do it later. What's up, everybody? It is TransTrem Thursday. Is it Thursday already? Man, week is flying by. 9:09 p.m. of Eastern Standard Persuasion, and it is May 29th, 2025. The year is flying by. We are almost halfway through.
Yeah.
So, welcome in, gentlemen. We've got Jimmy Biter, Symmetry, Trev, Randy, the Ripper, and John Deshane over there. Welcome in, boys. Anything new and exciting happening since the last time we graced the stage here?
I found 2 tellies to go play.
Yeah?
Just got to find the time to fucking do it.
How far away are they?
Oh, an hour at most.
Well, cool. Keep us posted.
I will.
Keep us abreast of the situation.
Trust.
I was thinking about you today. I watched a video of it popped up on my feed. I usually don't watch what's his name? Phil something or another.
Phil
McKnight, yeah. And he had a John 5 copy Telecaster Firefly guitar. And he was just raving about how good it was for $220. I was like, you know what? John should probably grab one of those. Had a nice roasted maple neck. You can see the flame in it. Supposedly had a roasted mahogany body and sounded pretty good. All the frets are stainless steel.
Telly-shaped object.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not a telly. But tell you what, let's get over here if it works, and let's give a shout out and a thank you to our channel members. Hopefully everybody can still hear me if this is set up properly. Say thank you to all of our channel members, old and new. There is a join button over underneath the video there somewhere. If you'd like to help support the channel in that manner, we greatly appreciate it. Strings and things, lights and things, and appreciate each and every one of our channel members, old and new. Also those that have gifted memberships. Thank you, and a big round of applause for everybody. Right on.
Absolutely.
So let's get over to the chat and we'll unzip it and see who is here. And we have first that I see is E. coli. TransTrem Thursday, time to make the donuts. Work hard, rock hard, eat hard, grow big, wear glasses if you need them. We are drinking tonight. What are we drinking? Diet soda for me as usual. Trev's got some kind of alcohol there, something
Bullet
or another.
bourbon.
And Randy Kurt with the sugar-free Celsius, right?
Kicking horse.
What's up, playa? Did that can literally say playa on it?
It's the playa vibe, dog. I really like the cherry cola ones, and I couldn't find any today, so
Got to get what you can get.
tried something new. It's okay.
We got Darboard is here as well. Good to see you, sir. We've got
Darren?
Cindy Z is hanging out. Cindy Rose Z. Good to see you, Cindy. Let's see. We've got channel member Chuck C. And I think I forgot to turn advertisements off tonight. So I'll get that in a minute. Let's see.
Nobody swear for a minute.
Yeah. Channel member Chuck C is here. Stu Petty is also here as well. Right on. Good to see you, Stu. Channel member Stephen Franklin. What's going on, everyone? Good to see you, Stephen.
Brother Stephen.
Obviously, we have mentioned this the past couple shows because Mr. Stephen Franklin has been generous and donated a few things to a giveaway. So we've got some giveaway stuff coming up. It's going to be around August 23rd, 24th, somewhere around there, wherever the show falls near my birthday. And we're going to be doing a giveaway of some stuff that Steven has sent, some stuff that I've got here that we'll be giving away. And a lot of stuff will go to all of our subscribers to the channel. But the grand prize, the Boss GT 1000 floor pedal unit, will be going to a channel member. And the more months you've been a channel member, the more entries you will get. So tell your friends, and if you let that membership lapse, maybe time to renew it. Let's see. Thank you, Mr. Franklin.
What about people who get a lot of gift memberships, but were never really a member?
So Quentin's out. Anyway, so don't worry about that.
That's negative.
Well, you know, as he had said over as he had said over on his channel, any other content creators are automatically disqualified. So
I agree with that.
yeah. Where were we? Channel member, crew member, and panel member, Jimmy Biter. What's that?
Animal.
Let's see. Channel member Cushman NYC is hanging out.
Brother
Good to see you. Saying hey to the peoples. And we have the one, the only, Dan Gorman is here. Right on. Welcome in, Dan Gorman, the only subscriber with his own walk-on riff. Channel member Hillary is here and hanging out. Hope you're doing well and have been well rested.
Yeah. The new one's doing well as well.
Absolutely. We got channel member Rob Blackmore Official hanging out with us.
Robbie.
Good to see you, Robbie. Let's see. Scrolling on down, we've got channel member, crew member, and executive producer to the channel, as well as panel member tonight, Symmetry Trev.
Super symmetry.
That's right. Let's see. We got
Part-time lover.
Wayne McConnell is here. Good to see you, Wayne. Hey, we got Bradley Wood is here. What's shaking, guitar fam? We are just chilling and ready to go, man. Did I say hey to Cushman, channel member already?
Cush.
We're going to say him again. Cushman NYC is here. Channel member. We also have channel member Zach Thong is here saying hey to the crew. And let's see, Kurt, 5150. Did I hear breast? Absolutely, you did. We're going to be keeping abreast of situations.
Yeah. Randy was messing with somebody that looks like that 44M.
Brian Peterson is here saying, hey, guys. We've got Honey Holic. That's a new name I have not seen before. Says, oh, my God, I love this.
Aboard.
Welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. And hope you enjoy your stay. It gets better from here. I promise you. It does get better.
Well,
Let's see. Well, yeah, some would say. Hey, look at there. Honey Holic became a channel member. Right on.
awesome.
I like it. New channel subscriber and member. Easy to please.
Diving right in.
We haven't done anything.
We're at the top now, so.
Right. Eddie Fay is here. Welcome in,
how you
Eddie.
doing, brother?
Right on. Honey Holic, thank you very much for the membership.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Wayne McConnell, we said hey to. There he is. The legend. CLS. Christopher. Live. Sova. Now, I hear on Under the Bus Network last night, which there's a link in the description for their channel. If you have not checked them out, you're living under a rock. And I heard B. Eastman was calling Sawa. And
No
I
teeth?
seem to recall that I was instructed by the man himself that it's Sova. So
It's not a W, it's two V's.
two V's.
No
Sova.
teeth and being a dick. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere.
He's Polish.
You'll make some man happy after that heals up.
We got Dwight, the Hitman. Bailey is here. Good to see you,
That's
Dwight.
loud. That's awesome.
What's up, Dwight?
It's been a while since I got to chick the shotgun. Welcome in, Dwight. Always good to see you hanging with us, man. Let's see. Who else is here that I have not said hello to? Scrolling down. Let's see. We've got Dan. We got Kurt. Let's see.
Should play the clip.
I should. Kurt.
I love you big time.
Let's see. Channel member, some Dave Dude is hanging out.
Hey, Dave. Good
Good to
to
see
see
you,
man.
Dave. Saying hellos.
Reminds me, I've got to go to Discord to get his email. I keep forgetting, Dave. Sorry, I'm just never really on Discord.
Well, that's not very executive producer like of you.
He's
Well,
barely
the
on
good
the
news
fucking
is I
show
got
these days. Come on.
Got the whiteboard out, so we're going to put the whiteboard right here. And get the little dry erase set going so that we can just make all kinds of notes here.
Yep. He'll be like, okay, the crew at this time, Ben Coombs at this time. We got
Matt would call him
Heath
Friday
Thorne over
night.
here. Matt's over here. Arky's here.
You got these big glasses with some white tape in them or something.
He's going to have all the string connected to each
Yeah,
one.
it's like one of those murder charts.
Let's see who else is hanging. No Man's Land is here saying good Thursday evening. Hanging 10 as I ride those sonic waves. Right on. Welcome in. Welcome in. KXM Rock, did we say hey to? We're going to say it right now. Welcome in, KXM Rock. Let's see. Scrolling on down. I know we got Bradley. We've got channel member Blue Mux is here saying hey to everybody in the chat. We also have channel member Searching for Tone is here saying what's happening. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. Channel member Mike G is here. Just got off work. Going to listen in while I eat dinner. Right on.
Nice.
Let's see. Raider Rich 760 SoCal is also here. Good to see you, sir. And Kurt says, if I can take him out, it's a piece of cake for you. Just bring him McDonald's tray.
Remember that little Beesman's a ninja. Those ninja skills.
Yeah, but he's so muscled up that he can't move, you know.
He says,
muscle
yes, Beesman's the only person that says it wrong after 5 years, but I'm 6'7", little Brian, if you man enough.
Exactly.
Little Brian is like a 8th degree black belt in some form of martial arts.
Taekwondo or something, I think.
Yeah, and he has
one
big breasticles,
Yeah.
which was pointed out by John.
Crack your head like a nut.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Nice and smooth.
I bet you
Beesman
he
is
shaves
a
them.
muscle man. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. He might do the 40-year-old virgin thing where he gets them, ripped off.
He's kind of an under the bus version of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Shaved or unshaved, he's a beautiful man.
Well,
Kurt,
if you,
hot cup of coffee to Beesman's face, he's down. Is that out of the sunroof? Yeah.
well, if you look at that under the bus lineup, I mean, you got Kurt and Beesman, and you get two. I mean, they're pretty handsome dudes, and then there's Jay.
The exception to the rule.
Yeah. Sova says, I'm 6'7", American cowboy. Muscle. Well, that'll be interesting. And it sounds like a Saturday SmackDown
A jamboree or what is it
Too
called?
old for
Right.
fights.
slamdery. Yeah.
I don't know,
Slamdery.
man. I wouldn't fuck with Sova. I'd hang out with Sova though.
Yep, for sure.
I think we'd have a good time.
Well,
You know that we're all just,
Toucan Sam,
if-
motherfucker.
Jay has a nose made for Fruit Loops. You guys. That's what I was saying the other day. We're all playing characters on screen. This is not the real us.
You're just making an excuse because you pulled your pee-pee out the other night.
I did not. Did no
I was
such
there.
thing.
He didn't.
Your character did, that's right.
Did no such thing.
No, it was just the ball sack, that's right.
Just aside.
How does
Let's
it
see.
get on top?
How'd you get the beans on top of the Frank? Eddie Faye is here. I don't know if we said hey to Eddie Faye. We probably did, but he says, is Randy having a man crush on the Under the Bus guys?
Well, Kurt and I have been man crushes for years.
Right.
So, and then Beesman's like my side piece.
There you go. Dave Mustaine is on his side.
Dave Mustaine's
hello,
like
me. Right, that
Dave
me.
Mustaine's got multiple black belts, multiple levels of black belts in different forms of martial arts. So
Interesting.
And you still can't get over Metallica.
no,
I think he's
much
bitter,
for the
but
sin.
it's to the point. It's like, yeah, whatever.
When you're on the bus leaving the stadium and then you look over and see the jet take off, you might be a little pissed.
God damn it, what did I do?
Well, everybody in the chat, obviously with the name of the show tonight, TransTrem Thursday, that we've been doing for quite some time, that does mean that I have a TransTrem equipped guitar in my hands, and I will be playing it through the evening.
And giving it away at a later date.
No. Don't even, John. Don't even try to put that kind of thing out
Give
there.
away the used strings.
There you go.
Yo,
May
Miles.
do that. But
Miles.
yeah, good to see you, Miles. Welcome in. Channel member, Six Fingered Assault is here.
Did you see the pictures on the book face with him all 80'd up with the hair thing? And it was pretty cool.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Very cool, brother.
Like a costume, something or another.
Yeah, it was
that he
some kind of a
in.
retro night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that
what do
was
you
cool.
mean, man? That's no cost. That's what you mean.
That's me. Well, let's play a little something here with some TransTremage. Let's go. How's that for a little TransTremage to start off with?
Where's that, Jimmy? Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Alrighty.
Anybody else catching a weird volume drop?
I wasn't catching that. Everything sounded good here. I find that when that happens, I need to reboot the Rodecaster and the computer, and it seems to fix it.
Do-de-do.
Sometimes it's EVMux that's doing it, and sometimes it's my computer, seems like.
When my Rodecaster needs the update, it totally fucks around. Look at one side not working, and my voice won't work. Everything just goes totally sideways. It's like, okay, I know.
Mm-hmm. But when it's working, it's working.
That's its way of saying, pay attention, I need an update. And the last one was the big one where we had to get rid of the old thing and get the new app. Did you do that one yet?
No, I don't think I've done that.
No, I had to get rid of what the hell was that old one called?
Oh, you mean the whole
For the
yeah. I think that was updated.
The Rodecaster app now instead of the Rode Suite or whatever the hell it was called before.
You must have had something different. I think mine is called. What is mine called? Rodecaster Central. Rode Central is what I have.
You're going to get rid of that next time you do an update.
Internet.
Really?
If it's working, it will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'll leave it the way that it is.
Until it starts fucking up, you only get one side, and then you have to do it.
Right.
The Stream Deck also came with an update recently, and now it allows you to create virtual Stream Decks on, like, say, a third monitor.
Oh, okay.
And you can stack like 6 times 36,
right?
On top, and you could just make like a whole wall of
very cool
Stream Deck shit.
That would be very cool.
Trying to
Absolutely.
get my head around it, but I got the update.
Honey Holic, new channel member, says effing awesome. Right on.
Glad you
Let's
liked
see. We also have Renee Fernandez is here. Good to see you, Renee.
Jiu-jitsu.
Let's see.
Five-finger bark punch.
Grappler, right? Can you imagine Dave Mustaine like taking you to the ground and... Oh, jeez. Anyway.
He's pretty old. He might break a hip.
Thank you, Zach.
So am I,
Let's
though.
see. We got Ted Ferris here. He says, I just ripped my sack on a rusty set of 10-gauge strings. Do I need a tetanus shot?
Every
Not if
7
I
years.
did.
Highly recommend it. Yeah.
No, you just need somebody to suck the poison out, Ted. Come on.
John is volunteering.
Splash a little whiskey on it. It'll be fine.
Renee says, you got Eddie Tone on fire. Great shredding, too. Thank you, Renee. Appreciate it. Honey Holic, good tunes and Oilers are winning. Right
There
on.
you go. Maybe a Canuck. Got it.
Hey, look at here. We've got Arkansas is here.
What's up, Arky?
Good to see you, Arky. Welcome in. And right below Arky is channel member Matt McCullum Music.
Hey, Lurker.
Be lurking. Right on.
Yo, Maddie.
Did we say hello? Whoa. Did we say hello to where'd it go?
Just jumped
did we
like hell over here too.
Did we
Splice.
say hello to channel member Gene Splice? Let's see
gonna
who
now.
the lucky winners are joining the crew tonight. Right on, man. Channel member
Awesome,
Sean
brother.
plays guitar is here as well.
Cheers, Sean.
John.
And Gene Splice gifting some out. Thank you, sir. Gene Splice throwing them out there. 5 OU812 membership. 5, as Jay would say.
What
We got we got 5. We
Worthy
got Dan.
recipients
We
in
got
the
Dan Gorman. Right on. We got hey Marissa Sparkle. Right on. Gifted a membership.
McGill
And look at there. We got Ryan DeWeese.
Oh, fuck that guy. He just stood me up on Metallica Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
Revoke that.
We've got Dave Chase as well. Right on.
Make it Dave.
And let's see, we also got RRD gifted a membership from Gene Spliced. Thank you very much. That deserves
kind.
another dollar. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for your continued channel support, Gene Splice. We appreciate it. And congrats to the new channel members. Let's see. Honey Holic says, I'm from Alberta.
Right on.
The cool
one
one.
province.
The Oilers
over.
comment. I was born in Calgary. Grew up in Lethbridge, but now I live in Vancouver, the West Coast.
Sova says, I listened to my first Sleep Token song today. Might be the gayest metal shit I've ever heard.
Most overrated new metal band ever.
I don't even remember the name
I
of
don't
the
even know what
band,
that is.
but Beesman was talking about a song he recommended to Jay last night, and I pulled it up. I don't even remember what it was called, and I was like, I can see why Jay didn't listen to this for more than 15 seconds. But
Like the biggest Sleep Token headline was like 2 years ago, and it made all like the heavy metal news sources and all that stuff. It was at a live show, and in one of their songs there's like a super quiet part, and it was so quiet.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna fix the ads being on tonight.
It
It
was
was so quiet.
It was so quiet. The singer's like doing this like stuff,
Yeah.
and the crowd is so quiet, and that somebody just rips ass, and it reverberates through the club they're playing.
Awesome. That is awesome.
Well, that's worth the price of
I
admission.
agree.
Totally
So I
appropriate.
can't stand that band.
Robbie's
Never
here.
even heard of him.
What's up, Robbie?
Cheers, brother, man. Good to see you, Robbie.
Yo, Robbie.
Channel member Robbie Stingle. Hope you're well, my little flat-tailed friend. We went river rafting once as a group from the restaurant, which was pretty fun. But you had to pick a name for your raft. Everybody had their little groups of 6, and everybody had to get... Ours was called the Beaver Bashers, and our thing was we take the paddles and smack them on the water.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did I hear you say that somebody had just come in?
Robbie.
Robbie Stingle. Welcome in, sir. There he is. Channel member, Robbie Stingle. Welcome in. Welcome. Mr. Kramer. Let's see.
Talking Lady Gaga again. Earl
is saying, check out Lady Gaga Disease metal remix cover.
You know what took me off
I'll
guard
pass.
with the satellite radio the other day was Poppy's new music. She's a metalhead now. When did that happen? The weird chick with the blonde hair and the doo-doo-doo-doo, kind of borky, but then now she's a metalhead and she screams. And just
I tell you what, I'm about ready to cancel my membership to the satellite.
Oh, you're not on free trial still?
No,
I got
I've
6
got
months for free trial on mine.
I've got membership, but
Just radio.
it's like, okay, these were new tunes. When I started listening, I'm like, stuff I haven't heard before.
Yeah.
Now it's every time I get in the car, it's the same thing that I heard last time I was in the car.
Yep.
Like, play some new stuff.
When I had it, I narrowed it down right to Alt Nation,
Mm-hmm.
alternative music, and it was the same thing. It was like 4 months, and then it was.
Liquid metal. Ozzy's
I know
Bone
all
Hair.
of this.
Oh,
So
I've got-
called them
I've-
up, and
I've
I
got-
tried to cancel. Holy Christ, that's an ordeal to get out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They charged me for a year on my credit card after I canceled the last time, 2014, when I got a new van from work.
Oh wow.
I ended up going through. Actually, it wasn't that much of a hassle, but there was some back and forth in emails saying, "Hey, look, here's my credit card statements. I haven't. Here's the email where I canceled the shit. You guys have been billing me for it." So I got this big kickback rebate from them.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
problems, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they got
Tube
the
premium.
$10 a month thing where it's like, is that only for the new customers? Do I still count as an old customer? Do I got to change my name? Maybe go in under the kid's name? I don't know.
Well,
$10 a month though, it's pretty good because here, if I get an hour outside of the general vicinity of the city,
you just lose all stations.
you lose everything.
Yeah, so you need that
And then
satellite.
I'm running off my USB stick, which doesn't suck. I got a 128 gig USB stick full of
Yeah.
everything I love.
Well, that's kind of what I figured. I was like, well, if I'm going to listen to the same stuff, why don't I just put everything that I have onto a USB and then just, just listen to
it
all
go,
that
put
in
it on.
rotation,
Shuffle.
Exactly.
The whole idea of radio in any sense of the word, like if I can't fast forward the song or skip something else, I'm not interested.
Well, you can do that.
I did notice with the new satellite, it buffers. And if I push mute on it or if I take a call, I'm on a call for 4 minutes.
Yeah, you can-
It'll go back to right where it stopped in the
where-
middle
yep.
of that song. And now I've got a 4-minute buffer on that, which is cool because if you're in the mountains, it's still running off that. Yeah.
They did play a song that I really, really had been digging lately. It was one that I knew of, but it's one of those songs you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, I really like that one. And I rewound, replayed it like 2-3 times in a row because I liked it so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some cool new features on it. Let's see, All Dave, All Night. Thank you. Rocking it out. With a 22-month membership chat to say happy Thursday. Hello to the OU crew and chat. John, you pickle sniffer. I hope that your rash heals up soon. Good to see you all Dave, all night. And thank you for your continued channel support.
Sweet.
So all Dave, all night, you see he's got 22 months of membership. By the time that we do the giveaway, there's going to be 23 months
24?
membership.
Okay.
23, 24. Yep. So
I think
You'll
we
get-
figured
he'll get two entries into
the date was in July for the actual 24. So we should see some 24s by the time we do the draw a month later.
Right on. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Speaking of OGs, our favorite firefighter from Chattanooga, number 5, channel member, Andy Carson. Good to see you, man. Fire station, Chattanooga, number 5.
Can't find those shirts in Canada, unfortunately.
Let's see. Anybody else jumping in? Hey, look at there. Channel member, Randy Price, celebrating 20 months of membership.
Do, 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 do.
I'll give it to you.
You got to give him one of the
That'll work.
little Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, you guys, we've got 52,000 watching. You guys want to jam a little something?
Okay.
Did we both hit that at the same time? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Save the new one for a bit, John.
I will. Do we want to go slow or do we want to go fast?
Let everybody get warmed up.
Tell you what, you boys go ahead and do one. I'll be back in a few minutes.
No. It's funny. I'm losing my back catalog because I'm always making room for these new shits. But we always have time for this one.
Excellent.
Right on, gentlemen. Sounding good.
Very nice, boys.
Yeah, Zach says, awesome to see Randy back in action playing guitar again.
Yeah, man.
Good to
So
have
for
him back.
what, a half a show?
It was a full show Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah.
But at least I was here.
Yes.
So was I.
Indeed.
Take notes, R2.
We had an hour of the beer barbecue. Is that what we call that?
Was that Sunday?
The beer braising?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it was. Yeah,
I think it was.
the diarrhea sauce. I remember.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Carson's tits are on fire.
Very nice.
Stand back.
They are.
He'll put himself out though.
Yeah. We've got a little cha-ching from CMBR Cucumber. $10 super chat. Thank you, Cucumber. A new evolutionary branch of guitar music is happening in front of our eyes. You guys are legends. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you very, very much for the $10 channel support. And I don't know about new evolutionary. It's just us copying other guitar players.
Hanging
My new
around.
suck riffs are going to be the new great thing.
But we certainly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Super chats are always welcome. Thank you very much.
Encouraged even.
Encouraged, absolutely. Blue Mox was Randy's new setup on the Tuesday show. I missed it.
Yes.
It was.
Go back and watch.
It was.
Yes.
Or you can just listen to him tonight.
We're currently playing the backup rig.
It doesn't suck, but there is a
There's a digital aspect to it.
digital aspect, a tubiness missing is kind of, I think, what I was going to say. But I mean, it doesn't suck at all. It's for a digi sound, it's great.
Blue Box in short,
Fire
it's
tits.
it's the UA Knuckles rectifier pedal.
UA Knuckles record.
And Kurt says, you're my boy! And he also says, great to see Randy playing again for sure. And good to see R2R3.
The longest 45 minutes ever.
Of him talking to his neighbor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you, Al. I don't care what these guys say
He
about
says,
you.
cool. I'll go watch.
And that skirt steak looked great
See, I
before
think,
you braised it for 3 hours.
there we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think R2 has realized that his particular situation, we use it for joking and content on the show. So he's providing a very important aspect of
A context for us to live
context.
off of.
For, yes, exactly. So
So fuck that guy. No.
He's like,
We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin.
yeah, this just in.
R2, R3's grandmother is ill again.
More on that later.
She's
A lot
died
more on it.
483 times.
Consecutively.
I love that guy.
Her
And he shows
favorite
up
band.
and plays Gojira and Crying in the Rain.
R2's
Yeah, we got
grandma's
Anthrax.
favorite band is Every Time I Die.
We got Andy Carson with Fire Tits, and Blue Mox has Sugar Tits.
Right? We got all the
Hot and
tits.
sweet, baby. Hot and sweet.
R2, R3's mailman
Can I
has
put
a
us in a
flat
different
tire.
algorithm?
Yeah, to help him. That's right, Kurt.
ASMR.
Arky says thank you for something. You're welcome.
Yeah, but no, seriously, though,
problem.
Randy,
Cucumber
the new tone is pretty on point, man. It has a certain je ne sais quoi.
Bradley is saying that the IRX or IRJ might be a perfect solution for you. Real tube preamp at 300 plus volts and great power amp sim sag.
Yeah, but when you've already got like $1,500 invested in the Synergy stuff, I didn't really want to spend more.
Right.
Yeah.
Just need something quick and
I got
painless.
I got the UA pedal on. They were doing a Memorial Day sale, so I got $100 off of it. So
Hell a deal.
Just start a GoFundMe, brother.
And very honestly, with everything that I tried as well, the Synergy felt the best
yeah,
to me. So, Poo Ninja is here. He says R2R3's neighbor mows the snow. I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it.
You just put the chute on instead of the bag, right? So just right on the side.
the R2 jokes are now they're like the new Chuck Norris jokes.
My lawnmower has a drive on it, so you can pull the lever and the back wheels will engage and truck along. So if you put some different tires on it, maybe, something with a bit of a knobby on it. Speaking of which, fuck is that?
Sounds like a Harley going by.
Exactly.
Sound like a
We've got
motor.
channel member Guitar Man 45 Bo is here. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for joining and welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, look at here. We got a Stiffy is here.
Right on.
Good to see you, Stiffy. Welcome in.
Who we
Happy
not
to
asking
see
for
you.
help,
Another wave.
Ninja? R2?
Who? What?
Pooh
Ninja
Ninja
said-
says, don't ask that guy for help.
Who's that?
R2's neighbor or R2? One of the two.
The one that mows the snow. That's
There you
awesome.
Don't ask that guy for help for sure. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't think that I have played the channel official song in quite some time. Do you guys remember the last time I played it?
Did you play it Sunday?
I don't know. Did I?
It was at the 53-minute mark of Sunday's show.
Well, that wouldn't have been a TransTrem Thursday then, right?
Oh, the other song. You know, that song. The one that Kurt's waiting for.
It's time for Hot Summer Nights.
It's getting close, man. It was freaking 85 here yesterday. Let's go.
yet to have one here in Georgia. It's been like spring weather and raining all the time.
58 at night, but we hit, I don't know, 72, 73 today. It was raining all morning, but this broke in the afternoon. And yesterday it was like freaking 85. It was hot. In this room. I had the sliding door open, this door open, the fan running. Get to look forward to the fan coming soon. Coming soon.
Coming soon. Coming soon. This just in.
Beautiful yesterday.
That means Randy's going to have the AC on, and we're going to get that. Actually, you got your noise gate dialed in on that, didn't you?
The AC's on now, bro.
There you go.
We'll turn that shit off around here.
Yeah, you have to give me some fucking noise gate tips. Coming soon to a Guitar Arsenal near you.
Just the tip.
Did whatever Ryan told me to do.
I did
What
that
state are you in,
Range up
Robbie?
or something.
I change it all the time.
Robbie had 90 today. I think he's
Nice.
over close to Oklahoma. Yeah, I think that's where he is. 92 in the day. Ty Spork is here. Good to see you, Ty Spork. Welcome in. Let's see. I think I saw there she is. Channel member Patty Dill is in the chat. Patty is in the chat. Good to see you, Patty. Hope you are doing well. And haven't seen you in a while. I know you've been going through a few things there with your neck and back. So hopefully all of that is getting straightened out and you are doing well. Absolutely, positively great to see you here tonight. Let's see. Did we say hey to Ted already? I think we did. I'm just scrolling up, seeing if I missed anybody.
TransTrem is, well, even Steve Weiss says Joe is the master of the floating trim. Weiss says, I cheat. I use as a trim setter. But Satch is a master of floating Floyd.
I would prefer not to even listen to him play it because it's not right.
Just saying.
It's pretty rough.
I almost got picked during the hang a couple days ago. I used a sick day to make sure I had the day off. Steve started at about noon. It was perfect. Woke up 11:30. It was nice. And in a couple hours hanging out. Just got to join his Patreon.
Cool. Very cool. Arky says it was miserable here today. I'm assuming in Arkansas.
Well, is she still in Texas? Did she make her way back by now, I guess?
Well,
last weekend she was down in...
Sunday was her last day with Marissa,
Okay,
so
Marissa, there you go.
I'm assuming she's
4 days
made her
later,
way
she's
back.
Gotta be home.
I would think so. Let's see. All Dave All Night says we live in the deep south. We run the air conditioning 10 months of the year. That's
Right.
pretty true.
Well, wait till there's two people in this room smoking. Jesus Christ, John.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have I've been looking around for a used patio door screen sliding door so that I can put one of those in here and just open, because there's this patio sliding door here, bigger than smaller.
Just have no screen on it yet.
Just doesn't have a screen on it to keep the spiders and critters out.
Who would the second person be?
John.
Oh.
John's going to christen this place for the fucking...
Oh, that's right.
I almost got the Sega Genesis set up. We can play NHL 94.
Awesome. That would be
on the 55-inch TV.
94.
Yeah, that's right. Remember Pavel Bure and Trevor Linden and Jeff Gordon? I mean, that was a killer line, man.
Do all the reminiscing with the old
The
games.
Rangers were really good that year. The fucking Buffalo's really good that year. Anyways.
94, man. They went to the final with Rangers and them.
And that was, yeah.
I heard there's some good sightseeing there. If you want to go skiing there, Arky. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
For sure.
There's some three bald people up there.
Robbie says Idaho is nice too. Maybe check that out. Yeah.
We call it the Lions. They call it the third ball.
Never been there. Got to be better than here. Well, I'll tell you what. There's some things going on that this is going to turn into a party central place here at the OU Crew studio.
It's going to be a resort destination?
Yes.
Are we going to have tents in the backyard?
You never know.
You got a fire pit? John's got a fire pit. Just saying, we've never used it, but he does have a fire pit.
Yeah.
Well, usually in the
And a
summer they have a
jacuzzi
fire
for
ban on too, right? So you can't.
Yeah. Well, if you have a pit, a lot of times you can go ahead and burn, right?
5 years later, we still haven't fucking used a hot tub or a fucking fire pit during it. I mean, in the middle of December, we're out there bundled up like Bob and Doug McKenzie, freezing our asses off.
It's nice to have it when you need it, but you haven't needed it.
It just seems like too much hassle. Too far away
You
from
never know.
electronics.
You never know, Earl. There, you may have a pole right here, and we'll be charging cover charges for those
That's right.
shows.
That'll be on our other.
That'll be member only shows.
Be on our OnlyFans.
Speaking of fans,
Arky says yes. Let's get together for a festival at John's or Matt's.
A little bit of a spread there.
That's like
I was
two
just saying his
graphical
house is going to be the.
two separate. Yeah.
You
then
gotta
there's
have a
the-
passport to go to John's.
Don't
so-
forget about Bo's house. I mean, he's been working on the call from God for several years.
For quite a while. Yep. All right, boys. I am going to step away for just a moment. I will turn the show over to you, gentlemen,
Okay,
and
we're
I
trying
will be
not to
back.
fucking add too many
shortly.
layers of shit and do anything crazy. But you never know. Not making any promises. All right, fellas. What do you think? You want to do a? You know what I was trying to learn today on my acoustic guitar is that intro to "Roundabout" from Yes.
Oh, no, that's that's
Pleasure Dome.
that's a better intro to learn anyway.
Fair enough.
You don't have a what? A Woodstock?
You know,
I'd
have a
perform.
Woodstock.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beaver.
Cool.
You ever watch any of those National Geographic things where they get a camera in the beaver dam and you get to see how they fucking build that shit?
No, just when I was a kid, I'd look for native booties.
It reminds me of an Instagram post I received today.
That was from me, I think.
Yep.
From the Beaver Brothers.
Want to play something, boys, or what?
Sure.
Yeah, with backbeat.
Well, it seems I was just in time for that one.
It's in time for the applause.
Right on, right on. What's been going on, gentlemen, while I was away?
That was pretty much it.
That was it.
Andy's got water tits now instead of fire tits.
Oh, okay.
Which
Right
is more
on.
appropriate for a fireman.
Well, you know, after you've doused the fire out, certainly you would have water tits after that. So let's
I'm gonna
see.
get a beer. I'll be right back.
Andy also says, I just took the neck off my EVH Bumblebee. Gonna sand it and slap some gun stock oil and wax on it. Right on. All day, all night, found an AS-28 neck, but the headstock is painted silver. The other has a pink headstock. No bueno. So what's up with the beavers with Robbie? Is there something I'm missing?
Is that what that is? Beavers?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought it was a goose flying or some shit.
Looks like we got a happy birthday from Cindy to Stu Petty. Welcome to the 57 Club.
Happy birthday, Stu Petty.
Oh, you kids in your 57s. Saw a 57 Nomad the other day. If you're familiar, it's the two-door Chevy, 57 Chevy, but it's like a station wagon.
Yep. Yeah.
So cool, man.
Yeah, those are
Thing
cool.
was minty. The chrome was shine. Some old fart with his wife. They're out for the drive, and it's just like brum, 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 brum.
Like the old bread truck kind of thing. Yeah. Cool.
Screw that. Take the body off and put that thing on a 4-wheel drive frame.
Settle down, baby. It's just
There's a shop that I drive by every morning going to work, and they've got a 55 Chevy tow truck. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess they've had that sitting there for a while. Does it run? I don't think so. It's never moved. But what was that movie? Was it Cars, the animated movie?
Oh, yeah, there was a couple of those, yeah.
The tow truck that was in that.
Lightning McQueen and Maynard.
Yeah. Maynard, I guess. I think he was a 55 Chevy tow truck, wasn't he?
I don't follow classic American.
It's been a while.
I know one was a NASCAR and one was a tow truck.
Yeah, there you go.
My kids love that movie.
All day, all night, 55, 56, 57. Super cool
Well,
car.
and that's the thing, too. I mean, and for those who know, they know. And as you look at the back wing, you can tell in the quarter panel by the design whether it's a 5, 6, or 7. And when that Impala came out, I was like, ooh, look at that, 57. Or not Impala, like a 57. Like a Nomad, which is like a Bel Air, but with the station wagon thing, but it's a two-door. And Becca's like, how do you even know that? And I'm like, well, because the back's got the two chrome lines that separate and come up instead of the one chrome line that comes down the
Or a
back.
210 sedan.
It's
Don't even
just
get me
stuff that
started
you-
on Corvettes
It's
because
just-
I had the
yeah.
posters when I was a kid. I know the
It's
different
just stuff that you learn as a kid growing up. I can look at
things
a
you
classic.
admire, right?
I can look at a classic Mustang, and unless it's been heavily modified, I can tell you exactly what year it is just by looking at
67
it.
fastback with fucking British Racing green. Fuck
The
yeah.
67s had the little like fin veins on the
Louvery
scoop.
kind
Yeah.
of, yeah.
The 68 went to the reflector on the back quarter panel, and it had just a plain scoop. The 64 and a half and the 65s that just had the plain little metal piece.
Yeah, really getting
66
a little more retro.
had the 3 that stuck out. Yeah.
So cool. I mean, again, it's just the shit that interests you. You spend hours studying it. You're going to get good at it.
Yeah.
Cars,
Yeah,
Girls,
those are
guitars,
cool,
whatever.
Dave.
Boobies.
Apache panel
Apache
van.
panel van. Oh, now we're talking.
Yep. Yeah, growing up,
Yeah,
Dad had a 55 step side Apache.
had a Mandela the other day. The A-Team van, did it have a bubble window or no?
The 18 van, I don't think so. I can't remember. I know it had the red stripe going.
The red
up the back.
stripe and the fin, right?
I think there was, there was a spoiler up top, yeah. Bo used to have a 61 GMC pickup.
Well, it's 3 on the tree. God damn! Can you imagine that? No seat belts because they didn't do that back then. Anything
Not
before
till
65 didn't have seat belts in it.
Channel member anti DIY
Hey, good to see you,
HVAC
man.
is here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you hanging. Let's see. What else is going on? Look at there. I miss Dahlia Mendez coming in. Good to see you,
Dahlia's good,
Dahlia.
yeah.
What's up,
And
Dahlia?
Zach is flirting with her a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So you better watch out, John.
It's
Send some flowers her way, or else.
all free, man. All free.
Let's see. Oh, I see it there. There's the water.
Yeah.
Just spewing.
The water parentheses.
All day, all night. Difference between the Boss and Mach 1. The Mach 1 had a little round badge, and a 69 had kind of like a little scoop. The 70 didn't have it.
The Mach started getting bigger.
The Boss typically would have a stripe that would come up and then go up the front fender, and it would say either Boss 302 or Boss 429 or something like that.
I was over at my buddy Orlando's place today looking at his Shelby, his modern Shelby with the supercharger. And he said, we'd stop by for a pizza. And you know, when you're in a friend's neighborhood, life is short. Fucking grab a small pizza and head to your buddy's place for lunch.
There you
You're going
go.
to spend half an hour eating a pizza anyways. Might as well spend it with a buddy.
Absolutely. Let's see. Dave says I passed the test. Correct. Right on. Channel member 96 below. Say, hey guys, what's up, chat?
Right on.
Good to see you, 96 below.
55. We're peaking.
Dahlia says my 75 Lincoln Continental was an airplane on wheels. Loved it.
Two sofas on
Yeah.
fucking wheels with a
That
bed in the
sucker,
back.
sucker would be in two different zip codes at the same time.
Hit
And
about
floating
80,
the
and
whole
you
time.
Starts to float.
It's got that little wing on the trunk so that you had that cell phone with the old bungee cord on it.
And they had like a
Charlie's Angels
454 in
style.
it with like 98 horsepower.
All smogged down.
We had a 1969 Thunderbird. It was had a 429 Thunderjet engine in it.
Oofta.
It was a 4-door. It had the suicide doors on the back. That thing was cool.
No doubt.
Cushman NYC's buddy had a 351 Boss Stang. Nice. I had a 69 Fastback. It had a 351 Windsor in it, and that thing, it literally got like 3 quarts of oil to a mile.
You mixing it like a two-stroke?
So my brother had a 67 GTA Fastback, which would be worth so many oodles of money today.
Right.
But the 302 that was in that engine was built, and he had a little front end accident in it. So it was just sitting there. So I pulled the 351 out and pulled the 302 out of that Mustang and put it in my Fastback.
Nice.
That sucker,
Smartened right up.
it had a 275 rear end in it, and I don't know what the horsepower was, but it had a real high highway gear in my Mustang. And I took it to the track, drag strip, and I think I ran, what did I run? 13.5 in the quarter. Yeah, with a 275 gear.
Right? If you had a half mile, you'd be going 140 miles an hour.
Yes. Yeah. So the rear end that was in my Mustang, I sold the body. It was rough. The body was rough. So I sold the body, but I kept the rear end. I kept the 9-inch rear end out of it.
Nice.
And I had a 67 Chevy 2 Nova that I put the 9-inch rear end in. And the Nova.
How much was it bolt on, or did you have to fabricate some brackets?
No, it's funny. I was talking to my buddy from back in high school that helped me do it just a couple months ago. And we were remembering how we were just amazed that it just swapped right in. It was leaf springs.
Yep.
And it had the
Slappers.
piece that went underneath. You know, it had the traction bars
Yep.
and the U-bolts that came through. So we just lined it up, measured it up to the front wheels, made sure everything was correct side to side, bolted that sucker down, and it was done. I mean, even like the little dimple that was on the leaf spring
It's just universal. I guess.
fit right into the mount for the
Original
rear end.
USB.
And so that Nova had a 350, a built 350. Actually, it came out of a NASCAR back then. There was an engine builder and racer named Paul Vanderley, and he built the motor. And so it was built for a it was built for a NASCAR, and when he took it out, they changed the cam to make it more streetable, and it went into this car. So it had a 350 transmission in it as well, with a manual valve body, so it would not shift until you shifted it. It was automatic.
Yep.
So I put that 9-inch rear end in it, and then I put a 350 gear in it. So it was 350, 350, 350. And the dude that I bought the car from, he was struggling in the mid 13s with it. And after I got finished with it and put the 350 gear, the 9-inch rear end, first rip out 1280 in the quarter mile.
Nice.
It was a pretty quick little car. It's amazing these days.
When do you have to put a roll bar in?
Now I think it's a 9-second car. You have to put a roll bar.
I think it's sooner than
Depends on
that.
the track. Some it's much like 10 seconds. Real bar.
My buddy runs 11s, and he's got to have the 5-point harness, the roll bar. Even if the seat belts aren't any good, you got to buy new ones every few years, and recertify, all kinds of shit.
I don't know. It's been years since I've ever been to it.
Yeah.
But I'm,
True. Fair enough.
you didn't really have many cars that were running 9s back then unless they were a true built,
Well, they were burning alcohol. It's just crazy door slammer, freaking pro
These
mods and
days, you
shit.
go down to the showroom and buy your brand new car, and you can go run 11s in it. It's crazy.
Dare I say the Tesla will do a 9-second fucking quarter mile.
That's cheating, though. Freaking microwave.
Those things, man.
I want to be able to
Crazy.
drive a car. I want to be able to drive a car to the track, run it all night long, and drive it home, park
Couple
it,
jerry cans of fucking.
get up in the morning, put gas in it, and then drive it 400 miles. You're not doing
Well,
that
you've
with a
done pretty
Tesla.
well.
There's no
considering.
experience with the motor and the revving and the fucking smell.
Yeah.
It's just a
Unburnt
fucking, like you
fuel.
said, a sewing machine. It's a fucking disgrace, as abomination to
just-
vehicles.
Thought you just hit the button and it makes those sounds out of this radio.
That's the new Dodge Charger does that. When you start the car, it goes and it's speakers on the back. It's pumping out an exhaust sound. That's
It's
the most
electric.
idiotic thing I've ever heard.
But they do have to make them have some kind of sound, because if you have an electric car and it has no sounds with that bzzz or the beep 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 or the whatever, I mean, you're not going to hear that thing coming, man.
I don't care because I'm not driving one.
No, but they're everywhere, man. They're everywhere up here anyway. You can't walk 10 feet without hitting a Tesla up here.
A little bit of a gearhead, yeah, for sure. I always had a need for speed.
Yeah. Well, that's what my fucking in high school. I majored in shop, welding, tech, auto body, all that stuff. And my dad was a gearhead.
Back then, I had bought it was an 84 750 VFR 750 F Interceptor, like one of the first sport bikes back then. And what did I do? Took that thing to the track.
Well, I could only imagine what your last race bike would have been like to drive.
The fastest bike that I ever had was that 2016 Yamaha R1.
Yeah.
It was a 9-second motorcycle.
Well, and could maneuver in corners and stuff. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
just a straight line machine that goes 9 seconds. Where
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly, Blue. Pump gas cars running 9s, usually some turbocharged or supercharged stuff. Turbocharged seems to be the thing.
over here, we got the Mission Racetrack.
That's right.
John's halfway to the track. And Steve Brand lives near the track. And
Andy's got
they
it.
have Friday night drags where you can just show up. And if
Yeah.
your car passes spec, you're not leaking oil, you got your tires all pumped up proper, and you're not going to be a hazard to anybody. You can just go out and race.
Mm-hmm.
Keep people off the street.
Yeah, that's what they did on Wednesday nights. They call it student night. They keep us all off the street.
Just bracket racing. Whatever.
Go out there and do bracket racing. Yeah, you would you'd have your practice runs, and then you would dial in what you thought you were going to do in a quarter
Don't
mile.
break out. Try and get as close to it as you can.
And what they would do is, like, if this car dialed in at a 9.5 and this car dialed in at 11.5, then the 11.5 would get a 2-second head start.
Exactly. You should both cross the line at the same time in a perfect world.
So it was down to whoever had the best, dial in, and whoever had the best reaction times.
Didn't necessarily sandbag it, but maybe you were doing your runs in the day and the oxygen's different, and now it's nighttime and it's cooled down. And
there were guys that would do that. Yeah. They were gonna, I'm going up against this guy. I'm gonna change my dial into.
They got all the little shifter lights for when you want to hit it, and they got the shift rods where it's like 1, 2, 3.
I tell you what, that Nova, that thing would rev. It had a single plane manifold on it, so it was more of a top end kind of thing, but man, that thing would lift the front tires off the ground.
Yeah.
And it would pull like you would not believe.
Yeah.
And that sucker was consistent.
Right. You put a $20 bill on the dash thing. You can grab it, you can have it. Bam.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Let's see. All Dave All Night says they did that with the Callaway Sledgehammer Corvette in the late 80s. Drove it halfway across the country and went against the European cars. I remember that.
Yeah, those
I remember awesome. One of the Wednesday nights that I went, there was a Volkswagen Rabbit that pulled up to the line, and I'm like, what in the heck is this thing doing here?
Heavens.
And that thing was smoking everybody.
Yeah.
And it turned out that it was one of the technicians or the research and development guys for Callaway. Right. They had a Callaway system in this Volkswagen. And I was like, what in the hell do you have? And back then, computers were huge, that we're talking 80s. Yeah. And he lifted up the seat, and there's all kind of lights blinking and relays and all this stuff going.
Of cables everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. But, we all just, our jaws dropped when that sucker, it almost jumped off the line. Eddie said, you said it was a Nova you had when you were younger. Among others, it was a 67 Nova Chevy 2.
Chevy 2. See, up here, they were just mostly Chevy 2. There's a difference up here, too, because we had Acadians, which was a Chevy 2 Nova.
Interesting.
We also had a Beaumont. A Beaumont was a Chevelle.
See you, Andy. Take care, man.
Brother.
Cheers, brother, man.
Let's see. What else is going on?
But yeah, there's nothing to be said for that.
I don't know.
Would you trade your Corvette for that Nova?
A loaded question. No.
Right? You could get 2 of those Novas for it's 3.
Well, I mean, the Corvette's faster. It's nicer.
And it's a good daily driver.
It's got a
breakdown on you.
It gets 30 something miles a gallon if you're not hooping on it. Yeah. That Nova literally was like 9 gallons to a mile. Yeah, it was like.
Got to get premium, 94.
It had a Holley 850 double pumper on it, and that sucker would just drink
Spread
it
bore
down.
Or
huh?
Spread bore. It had a 850 with a spread bore. It had the smaller 2 Venturis and then the bigger.
No, they were all the same size.
All the same size.
Yeah. Let's see. Cushman, I used to borrow my sister's SS Nova.
Nice.
Oh, to be young again back in those days. Yeah.
The car I had was probably the El Camino with the 396. And no, there's no replacement for displacement. I would argue that better to have a 396 mid-tuned than a high-tuned 350 small block versus big block. Once you move to that big block, it just has that torque. And you don't have to go crazy on it with roller rockers and big gold cam and stuff, and you still got a 13.5-second car in a pump gas big block that you drive to the track every weekend.
Yeah. But big block cars handle like shit.
This is true.
If you're doing it right.
Yeah, they still handle like shit. You want it roadworthy, high power small block, handles way better on the highway.
But then you have to rebuild it every season, and then it's gonna break. And then if you put nitrous in it because you want to go fucking 10 seconds instead of 12 seconds, they cost more money. My buddy just built what are those truck blocks? ZL6 or whatever. He's just gone totally with the new truck block. It's got this crazy manifold. It's got spaces in it. And it's a 550 horse, and he runs 11 tenths. Well, I got a clip. I'm going to play a clip.
All right. Zach says there's a 62 Thunderbird sitting in my garage. It's not mine. It's my stepdad's. Very cool.
That's not mine.
Shit.
I don't know where it went.
Those things are like 800 feet long, too, those old Thunderbirds.
Yes, 62.
Edmonton wins Stanley Cup Finals will be the Edmonton Oilers versus the Florida Panthers. Right on. Anybody keeping up with hockey?
Not so much.
Sir. My son is, though. That 94, that faded 94 year, that was it. Once they lost that was it. I was done.
They came close again back in the 2000s for a bit, but it's always Chicago or Rangers. Or anyways, here.
Florida Claimers Ted. Let me do this first. Celebrating his 5-month membership chat, saying boogie woogie woogie, let's go streaking on Viagra boys. Okay. Bo is recommending that Zach should pull a Ferris Bueller over the weekend, steal the Thunderbird, go out.
Well,
Old T-Birds came with a 390, I believe. A lot of engine for that car.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Sure.
All right. Let's go ahead with that here. Let me spotlight you. And,
Okay, so we've got the Lordco lane over on the left, and we got the TCS lane on the right. My buddy's Nova is a 73 Nova. So, but with the fiberglass in the front and stuff, is in the TCS lane here. And go. This is with the new truck block in this thing.
yeah, that's about 11 and a half seconds.
11, I think.
There's no F1 car.
Oh, but that'll get your asshole puckering, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
I think that's part of it too. Like those, I was never really into it, but my buddies were growing up, and they'd put like talking like you, Ryan, putting this body on that, chaining the fucking block to the
Right.
and that was part of it though.
Randy's like, I'm out of here.
That old school. This isn't necessarily the safest fucking thing. You mightn't be going 180 miles an hour, but at 120, it feels like you're gonna blow up or die, or something's gonna happen.
Well, those old cars back then usually
Balance tires, you got bias plies, you're running radials. I mean, you got to have the tires.
usually quarter-mile trap speeds back then were 120. 118, 120, something like that.
13, 14 second quarter
Cushman
mile.
also celebrating 9 months. 9 months of OU crew membership. Thank you, Cushman. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Eddie Fay, when I started driving legally in the early 80s, my dad had a mid-70s Lincoln Continental, and that thing would ride smooth at 140 miles per hour in a straight line. Good thing it was early AM.
If you wanted to turn, you have to plan them like 15 seconds ahead.
Yeah, didn't corner much. It's
Keep
Did
the
we say hey to
understeer
Ted?
going.
Good. I think we did. We'll say hey again. Good to see you, Ted. Let's see. Mean Joe McGraw, channel member, is here. 66 Formula S CUDA, 1105 quarter mile. Plum crazy. Paint.
nice. Now that would have had the bigger bubble window back in '66. Had a buddy who had a early '70s CUDA with the 446 pack and a fucking 4-speed. That thing was nuts.
Bo, it says it right on the chats. They do a membership chat.
When you send your membership chat, or you can go to your YouTube statistics and find out your memberships and how long you've been a member to a specific thing, paying how much money and stuff.
Yep. So if you click on the little $sign, Bo, it should tell you to. It says you got a free membership super chat, and it'll bring up how many months. Milestone chat. Yep. Blue says my first truck, Ford Camper Special with 390. Lucky to get 8 miles per gallon.
Did you ever watch that show on that channel? What was it, the stupid farm truck with the big block in it that used to go and smoke all the fucking Subarus and the WRXs and all these guys at the racetracks? What was that show? It wasn't Pink Slips. It was similar to Pink Slips.
Oh,
What's up, Melted Copper? Good to see you, man.
Hey, man.
Copper.
He's a good dude, this guy.
Hope this day finds you well.
Well, gentlemen, I need to get to bed soon, so let's go ahead and
Coming
play a
up
little
2
track
hours.
here. Yep. And maybe Randy will come back here in a minute.
Once we start playing music and stop talking about 411 rear ends. And
But before we do that,
12-volt.
here he is, Guitar Man 45 with his cha-ching. 22-month membership. I found it. Thank you, Bo. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Jimmy
And
just left.
Jimmy just
Jimmy
like,
just bailed.
bye. I'm out.
Fuck
I'm
this
hungry.
shit.
He got bored. All right. Well, me and John will hold it down until somebody else gets here.
Ooh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to rock it on out and see everybody next time. Sunday's Community Jam, 5:05 p.m. Eastern Sunday. So we'll see everybody then. And until then, let's just rock it on out.
Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right?